like this, and we're going to come around to this and come back to this. So if we look at the left hand, what's going to happen is you turn the 180 degrees in your T-stance, so you pivot like this, just back and forth, on the extension. So if you're like this in underhand with the left hand, when the poi is on the bottom, you're going to come up over the top and down to the bottom on the left side of your body. But now you'll be in overhand. So on this side, my right hand is overhand, my left hand is underhand. At this point where they would both do the extension, I turn my body. Now on this side, my right hand is underhand and my left hand is overhand. At this point, where the extension is going to happen, I'm going to turn my body back. Your right hand underhand and your left hand overhand. You're here, you're doing your cap, and then you could come to the front into underhand butterfly as sort of an intermediary step. Then you could turn to the right and go into the other cap. What we're doing is we're skipping this step in the middle in the butterfly, and we're just going straight from cap to cap to cap to cap. Right hand side. Now, when you get down to the bottom, just hold it there for a second, relax into it, then you're going to spin in a big giant, come up over the top, and then come down on the left side on the bottom. And you should be in overhand. Okay, then you're going to do an anti-spin and come up, and now let's rest it at the top. Now, instead of coming back down to the bottom in the extension, you're going to swing all the way around back up to the top and end up in underhand on the other side. Okay, then you're going to do anti-spin and come down, and then you're going to spin from the bottom up all the way over the top, switch sides and come down and overhand on the bottom. Then you're going to anti-spin it up to the top, and you're going to do a big circle all the way around to 360 as you turn and switch sides and come into underhand on the right. Then it's anti-spin coming down, and then from here, you're going to do a big circle in underhand, come around to overhand on the left at the bottom, then anti-spin up to the top, then you're going to do a big circle up to the top and then come out in underhand on the top, then anti-spin down on the same side, and then you're going to spin and turn to overhand on the bottom on the other side. Then you're going to anti-spin up, then you're going to do a 360 so the point ends up at the top but in underhand on the other side, then anti-spin down to underhand on the right. You're standing like this. Stand like this with your right leg forward, pointing this way, and your left leg pointing this way, your left foot pointing this way. Then pivot 180 degrees so that your left is pointing toward the side and your right is pointing toward the screen. Then pivot back and pivot back. That'll make it easier instead of, so the footwork is super helpful because otherwise you're doing this and then like this and then like this, and you get caught up on the feet. So this helps with that. So we are underhand at the top here, anti-spin down, then we're going to pivot over the top, down to the bottom, then anti-spin up, then we're going to pivot to the right, come all the way around up to the top and underhand, anti-spin down, swing it all the way around into overhand on the bottom, anti-spin up, swing it all the way around to underhand on the right, anti-spin down, extension all the way around to the bottom in overhand, anti-spin up, extension all the way around to underhand, anti-spin down, all the way around to overhand, anti-spin up, all the way around to underhand, anti-spin down, all the way around to overhand, anti-spin up, and then underhand, and pivot and overhand, and pivot and underhand, and pivot and overhand, and pivot. And so you may not have that right now, but what you do is you do these drills where you do one step at a time. Anti-spin down, big extension around, anti-spin up, big extension to the top. Anti-spin down, big extension to the bottom, anti-spin up, big extension to the top. And you just keep doing that until you can do it contiguously without the spaces in the middle. Starting at the bottom, anti-spin up, then you're going to go all the way from the top, flip, come around, pivot, come up to the top and underhand, then anti-spin down. Then you're going to come up over the top to the bottom in overhand. Anti-spin up and pivot 180, come up to the top, anti-spin down, come up over the top into overhand on the bottom. Anti-spin up, pivot and come up to the top, anti-spin down, pivot, come down to the bottom in overhand,